Welcome to Janny and Shiva's exercise video. I'm Shiva and I'm a diabetes nurse educator, and this is Janny and she's a dietitian. We are from the diabetes program at SCHC, and since there was a lot of interest on our first exercise video, we decided to create another one. Before we start, I just want to cover some safety tips. If you have diabetes and you are on medications, please make sure to check your blood sugars before exercising. And if your blood sugar is less than 4, avoid the exercises. If you have any concern or any questions, please call us for an appointment at 416-847-4160.
We'll be doing some warm-up, following with some exercise moves, and then we'll be wrapping up with some cool-down exercise and stretches. So Shiva is going to show us how to do those exercises while sitting in a chair. These exercises are good for people who wouldn't want to go on the floor, and it's all low impact. So let's get started. Let's do some warm-up. Let's start stomping on the ground with our feet. Yes, like marching. And then let's shake out those hands. Shake, shake, shake. Shake them out. Good. Now we can stop and then hold our hands in front and then circle the wrists. You might hear some clicks. That's okay. Now let's do the opposite direction. Let's warm up those wrists. Good. Shake those out. Now touch our shoulders with our hands and then circle them back. Back. Draw circles with your elbows. You can keep it small and you can do big. Circles. Good. Keep breathing. Now let's do the opposite direction. Circle. And start with small circles. Warm up our shoulders. Big circles. Good. Now, let our arms down. Now let's bend our upper body slightly forward, and then with our hands down, we push the arms back like this, and then bring it overhead. So we swing our arms back, straight back, and then bring it overhead. Push, and then up. Push it, and then up. Good job. Push, up. Push, up. Swinging the arms back, and then up. Swing. Bring it up. 2 more. And last one. Good. Shake those out. Now let's nod our heads. Nodding. Gentle, and then slowly keep nodding your head, but turn your head towards your left side of your shoulder, and then slowly keep nodding, but turn your head back to the center. Now over to the other side. Up your shoulder. You might feel some tension, so this is a good exercise to loosen those tense muscles. Good. Now have our arms out in front, like this, and then we open one arm out, and then close it up. The other side, open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Out and in. Out and in. Out, in, out, in. Great. Okay. Last two. And last one. Okay, good. Now let's warm up those hip muscles, okay? Now let's open it by lifting the knees up and then opening it to the side and bringing it back. And then switching legs to out and then bringing back. So your upper body stays the same and just moving the knees out and in. Knees out and in. Knees out and in. Warming up those hip muscle out and in. Like drawing a rainbow using your knees. Drawing an arch out and then coming back in. Out and in. A few more. You're doing great. Open it. Done. Now let's circle those ankles. So you can circle them, draw some circles with your big toe. Yes, and then turn the other direction. This is a good one if you're standing to test your balance. So switch legs, circle those ankles, and then turn the other direction. Good. Now we can rock our feet. So if you're standing, you can come up on your toes, on your tippy toes, and then go back, rock it back, and now you're on your heels. On your toes and heels. Toes and heels. This actually strengthens your ankle muscles. Toes, heels, toes, rocking your feet. Yes. Good. Last one. Toes and heels. Now let's shake them out. Now that we're warmed up, let's go right into the exercise. The first one, let's lift our knees at the same time lifting our opposite arm up in the ears like this. This and this. So let's do 30 seconds. Lift. Like you're climbing. Engage your core. Reach. Yes. 8 more seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Yes. Now this next exercise, we're going to lift the knees, but we have our hands at the back of our heads, and we're going to lift the knees to touch the opposite elbows. Okay, ready? Go. 30 seconds. So we're almost doing a crunch, a standing crunch. So also engage those abs. Yes. Squeeze those abs. A few more seconds to go. There we go. You did it. You're doing good so far. So this next one, we're going to kick the leg out while giving a punch on the opposite arm. So let's do 30 seconds. Kick and punch. Kick. 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 Testing our coordination. Kick and punch. Oh yeah. 10 more seconds to go. Don't forget to breathe. And we're done. Now this one, we're going to do a march with our elbows swinging side by side, okay? Now let's start with the march first. elbows. Swing the elbows side by side. Like the Popeye Sailor Man. We're going to do front crawl, where we tap the foot forward while we have our arms in front. So let's go, 30 seconds. Tap and crawl. Tap, crawl. So imagine you're swimming, doing front crawls. Swim, swim. You can go slow. Faster. Take it at your own pace. A few more seconds. There we go. Next one, we're going to do side tap with your arms reaching to the opposite direction. So tapping the foot to the side and reaching to the opposite direction. Like this. Okay. Let's go. Side tap. Side tap. Reach. Reach. Doing great. Almost there. Work on our obliques, the waist area. So we're going to have one hand on our hip, and then we're going to bend to one side, sliding the hands down the leg, and then slowly come back to the center. And then switch hands. Hands on the hip, and then standing to the side. Try to not bend forward or lean forward. Use your muscle on the side of your waist. Just imagine you're trying to grab something, your groceries, and then coming back up to the center, switching those hands, side bend, and then slowly coming back up, and then last one, down, and then up. Now we're going to do something similar to like a jumping jack without the jumping. So we're going to open the feet, step out, and then open our hands up like this, and then coming back to the center, and then the other way, open the leg the other way, and then coming back to the center. Okay, now let's get started. Open and then close. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. 30 seconds. Yes. Yes. Breathe. Open, close. Open and close. Open, close. Almost there. And last one. Good job. We're going to do squat, which strengthen our hip and thigh muscle. So we want to point our toes to your 1 and 11 o'clock. So the toes should be pointing outward slightly, and your legs are shoulder width apart. Go down straight, pointing your bum out. Make sure your knees doesn't pass your toes, and then come back straight up while squeezing the butt. Okay, so your hands can be in front or on your thighs for support. So let's go down straight, bending those knees, and then come back up, squeezing your butt. Breathe in and then go down, and then come back up. Breathe Breathe in, breathe out while going down, and squeeze your bum. Down, and then come back up. 2 more. You can do it. If you feel a little bit of burn, that's good. And last one, and come up. Good job. Wow. Let's do some cool down. So let's have our leg in front, toes pointing up, and now have 2 hands on your thighs and bend forward. You should feel the stretch at the back of your hamstring. Now with stretch, you want to do about 10 seconds and then slowly come back up and switch legs. Hands on your thighs, bend forward. Feel that stretch in your hamstring. Good. Come back up. Now let's bend your body forward, sliding both hands towards your shoe, your feet, and as far as you can comfortably go, and then pause, stretch that back, and slowly roll back up, 1 vertebrae at a time. And now let's do side stretch. So stretch out your arms to the other side. So you should feel that stretch on the side of your body. And now switch hands. Stretch. Good. Now hands, 1 hand in front with fingers pointing up. Now use the other hand to pull those fingers back. You should feel the stretch here. Nice. Now let's do the other hand. Pull those fingers back. Don't forget to breathe. Good. Now have our arm across our chest and then use the other hand to deepen that stretch. You should feel it at the top of your back. Now switch arms across your chest. With the other hand, hold it back. Stretch that upper back. Now release. Now let's squeeze the shoulder up towards your ears. Squeeze, 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 and release. Let's do it 2 more times. Squeeze, 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 and release. Last one. Bring your shoulders towards your ears. Squeeze and drop. That felt good. Now roll the shoulders back. Roll it back. Breathe in and out. And now roll it forward. Last one. Good. Now tilt our head to one side and use your hand to deepen that stretch. You should feel the stretch on the neck. Now look down, slightly look down, and use your hand to press on the head from behind. Deepen that stretch. You should feel the stretch at the back of your neck. Good. Now come back to the center. Let's tilt your head to the other side. Use your hand to deepen the stretch. Good. Breathe in and out. Now looking down slightly, looking down, and then have your hand behind your head and press down gently. There we go. Now let's breathe in, raising both hands up. Breathe in and then make a W with your arms. Squeeze the shoulder blade at the back. And then release. And then last one, breathe in. Fill those lungs and make a W. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And breathe out. Release. We've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for being active with us.